Hi, Assalamualaikum. We are going to explain about Usul Fiqh. So, let's go. Background and the situation that lead to the establishment of Usul Fiqh. After the death of the Prophet, the companies were spread out in different parts of the Muslim world. They were approached by the people of their regions for decisions regarding various problems. They gave decisions based on their understanding of the Quran and Sunnah. There was disagreement among scholars concerning a variety of legal cases. The widespread narration of the tradition, the emergency of the school of hadith, and the school of opinion, which lead to the creation of two basic viewpoints with regard to how the law should be understood. The first school of thought resorted to the text only, while the second recognized the need for individual reasoning in order to reach an injunction beside the text. The time of successors of the successors in the long run exclusive works on Usul Fiqh came into being. Definition of Usul Fiqh literally and technically by prominent scholars. Imam Al-Razi defined fiqh in his Al-Mahsul as knowledge of the practical legal rulings derived from particular proof in a manner such that they are not necessarily known by reason. Being defined by Al-Aslawi as knowledge of the practical legal rulings derived from detailed proof. Imam Al-Baidawi defined it in his Minhaj al-Usul as a general knowledge of the proof of faith, the manners in deriving from them, understanding of individual who does the driving.
The differences between fiqh, usul fiqh, and qawaid fiqh. Fiqh is knowledge related to Sharia rulings that extracted from dalis tafsili. Usul fiqh, knowing dalis ijmali and studying the characteristic of a mujtahid. Qawaid fiqh is general rulings that comprehensive and prevalent. Through them, rulings are decided. Fiqh focus more on dalis tafsili, while usul fiqh focus more on dalis ijmali and general evidence, and qawaid fiqh focus more on general rulings. Fiqh is the knowledge of Sharia rulings in the context of haram, wajib, sunnah, makruh, and mubah. Usul fiqh is a set of formula which guides faqih on obligatory path in extracting the rulings from dalis, evidence, and rulings. Qawaid fiqh is a knowledge focused on the actions of a mukallaf. Fiqh concerning the issues on the actions of a mukallaf. Usul fiqh concerning the issues on dalis kulli and does not acting as something that may lead to the reasons and purpose of its sectioning. Qawaid fiqh is the path serving maqasid syariah generally and specifically.
My name is Izyan Hafizah. I will present about the development of Usul Fiqh. I will explain about the development of Usul Fiqh. The first one is the ruling of Prophet, the second one is the time of companions, and the third one is the time of successor. The first one is the rulings of Prophet. During Prophet's time, there was no such science as Islamic jurisprudence, Usul al-Fiqh. At that time, all legal rulings of Sharia were derived from Quran and Sunnah. As far as the Prophet's deeds were concerned, they used to witness them, then tell others exactly what they had seen. The second one is the time of companions. After the death of Prophet, the companions were spread out in different parts of Muslim world. They practiced individual as well as collective ijtihad, ijma, to resolve problems. During this time, there was no stressing need for developing the science of Usul Fiqh, though it coexisted with the fiqh. And the last one is the time of successor of Usul Fiqh. The first work reportedly produced on Usul Fiqh was Kitab Ar-Ra'i by Abu Hanifah. followed by two disciples, Abu Yusuf and Muhammad Ibn Hassan al-Shaybani, who produced Kitab al-Usul and Kitab Usul al-Fiqh respectively. Al-Shafi'i produced Al-Risalah, which is a stand for work produced by Abu Hanifah before Al-Shafi'i were reportedly lost.
The major discussion of Usul Fiqh. Scholars had made an outline of the guideline on the determination of some Islamic law that may arise after the time of Prophet Muhammad and his companions. In Usul Fiqh, ulama need to determine legality of particular problem that arise after the date of Prophet Muhammad and the Sahabat. Ijtihad is one of ways that ulama will resolve the problem. Scholar has determined that guidelines of Usul Fiqh. Usul Fiqh aiming to govern ijtihad and direct the jurist in his attempt to deduce the law from its origin. The objective of Usul Fiqh is to assist the jurist in obtaining a comprehensive understanding of the Sharia origin as well as the tools of juristic analysis and conclusion. Quran Sunnah has been a main reference for ulama to create some Islamic law to avoid people from performing matter. Such example, Quran said that alcohol is prohibited element, so as Muslim you need to follow the rules that has stated by Allah. Ulama have been used qiyas method to determine so cases whether it can be done or not. Qiyas is one of primary sources to establish an Islamic legal. Qiyas is process of create some law with equate some new cases that arise with the old cases that state in Quran and Sunnah. Example like drugs. This is one major of discussion in Usul Fiqh when some problem has been arise but there is no reference to make a law whether it permissible or prohibited. Muslims are required to obey the qiyas derived legal ruling. In ijtihad, ulama also refer to the secondary sources that consist of maslahah, istihsan, istilah dan urf. All of these are the way that how ulama ijtihad in discussion to create some new legal that arise after. It is important because the longer life, the more new problem will arise.
Assalamualaikum. I am Mohamad Irfan bin Razali, ID number 272230. Today I will present about the importance of Usul Fiqh. Usul Fiqh is a method where Islamic jurists can make a law or guideline for other Muslims regarding new cases that never happened before. It is impossible for Muslims to just simply take the words from Al-Quran and Hadith without truly understanding their meaning, because it may lead to confusion in the end among other Muslims in this world, in particular subject. Next, we move to the second importance of Usul Fiqh. It is to compare the strength or find any weaknesses from their final discussion, or we call ijtihad, on certain matter, whether it is the best solution to be conducted in the society or not suitable to be performed. And Usul Fiqh also give us new knowledge from many scholars regarding their differences of opinion on certain topic, and thus help us to understand the information from the Al-Quran and Hadith and not making our own opinion. Now we move to the last importance of Usul Fiqh. There are different types of Arabic language used in this world. They are different with each other. We must learn the Arabic language and understand the meaning of each word so that we can be more understand on what the words from the Al-Quran and Hadith try to reach and taught us. And also, Usul Fiqh contribute a huge knowledge for the structuring the Islamic product. With the awareness of the prohibited element, Islamic jurists came up with the Islamic contract in the bank sector. As for a conclusion, Usul Fiqh playing a great role before the establishment of new rules or obligation that suits all Muslims around the world. Usul Fiqh is the foundation of Sharia law, where they can make research and then extract the legal rules that mentioned in Al-Quran and Hadith. It is an effort by Islamic jurists for the Muslims so they can feel easy to perform anything new, either from ibadah and muamalah. That's all for our presentation. Thank you.